Blessings, blessings, and grand risings, everyone. We're just doing a quick live this morning. I want to say grand risings to all the family. You know what we do on Wednesdays. We vlog. I hope you guys can hear me and see me. I'm not going to be doing a full vlog this morning. I have been on the go already. Check it out. We are almost halfway there. Today, you know what we do on Wednesdays. We don't only vlog here on Miss Grace's channel, but we also give away every Wednesday. We give away to the Atlanta community at least 30 meals. Okay, so this week we have 39. We were reaching 40, but one of the buns was messed up, defect. So we're doing 39 sloppy joes this week, and this is a special thanks to our people who are donating, who see what I'm working on, like what I'm doing, and see what I'm producing. And I want to say thank you so much. So I mentioned to you guys a couple of weeks ago we received some hand warmers and some foot warmers. So we're putting those to action, putting them to work today. So not only are we going to be giving away our sloppy joes, getting it together. I got to cook it. I'm about to cook it. I did all the prepping, and then I had to go to the store. But we're also going to be giving away socks today. So socks and earmuffs. They like earmuffs, because we were in Georgia. It doesn't snow, hopefully. And we don't jinx ourselves. It don't snow a lot, so I want to keep it light. We reached a nice goal because I thought it was looking a little bit small, but we actually have 18 women gifts and 18 men gifts. Okay, check it out. All right, so this is what we have. We have the red bag for the women, and we have the blue bag for the men. Okay, what do we have in these bags? We have our feet warmers. We're gonna start with our foot warmers, and we're giving away some earmuffs. Okay, so we're gonna be giving away something just to keep us warm. Y'all know we in the A, so we don't have it. Don't be as cold. We want to start them off with that, and we have one bag that has socks as well as the foot warmers. So we have 5 complete bags that's gonna have the ear warmers in them, and then the feet warmers, and the socks, and then we have 4 bags that's gonna have 2 pair of socks and the feet warmers in there. So that makes a total of we have 9 men and 9 women. Did I say that right? I hope I didn't say 18 and 18. I hope I said 9 and 9. Okay. So we're gonna be giving 9 bags away for 9 women and 9 men. I think I said 18 before. It's a total of 18. Um, hold on one second. No, it's still my birthday. We do every Wednesday. We do I do an economic development seminar in Atlanta, totally free. It's for the people. It's for our economic. It's for our leaders. It's for our leaders. Let me make sure that notifications go out. I'm making me some coffee. Maybe I'll make some coffee with you guys while I get myself together. Can you guys hear me and see me? I'll just show you how to make some old school coffee. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to step away. I just had to step away and make sure that that y'all can hear me and see me. Hello? Okay, cool. There's not a lot of static. I've been having static with this phone. Don't worry, I'm be getting new equipment. But I want to make some coffee with y'all before I start making the sloppy joes. That's all I have to make is just the sloppy joes, and we're gonna be putting them in the little bowls. Pretty simple. We're gonna be taking next week off. I have a business trip to go to, but we're gonna be coming back hard, hitting hard and heavy. Hopefully, we'll have more socks, hats, and gloves to give out the week that I come back, or at least by the last week of December. But I want to do it the 3rd week. So this week again, if I didn't catch the beginning of the live, I have nine women bag and 9 men bags with socks, and we have the little ear covers. So, because it'd be a little cold out here. It's not freezing. It's 34 here, but it's not 34 like Chicago 34 and Jersey 34 in New York. You know that's my areas out there. So 34 is not as bad and didn't warm up here. So I want to give them something that they can carry with them that won't be too bulky. And then, like I said, when I get back from my business trip, we'll pray that we get enough donations or God continue to bless me, that I can continue to do this, and we'll be doing hats and things. But I'm waiting for my coffee to warm up. Y'all want to show? You want me to show you how I make my coffee? Old school. That's right. You coming in here? Okay, go ahead. Son got a draw on. Run into the other room. Can't do that. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't see him. um, yeah. So that's what we're doing today. I'm making my coffee with y'all guys. How y'all feeling? How was y'all holiday? Spending it with y'all family. Not shopping. Y'all, did y'all know Black Friday is this Friday? They extended. I was working this morning. I'm looking at my calendar and I'm like, why do my calendar say Black Friday is this Friday? They trying to trick us, y'all. We ain't falling for that. We ain't falling for it. Okay. I did go to the dollar store today. I had to, and then I went food shopping. I have to tell myself I had to buy a little bit of stuff for here for what we doing. So God knows that we're not wasteful. We're only buying what we need, which is food. We're not buying nothing else, y'all. Okay. Y'all like, what is she doing? I'm making coffee. If the lights go off and the electricity don't work, I'm gonna have my coffee, big baby. Play around with me. I'm always ready. And then this is the best coffee to me, guys. I don't even when you go to the QT. There's something wrong with that coffee. I think it's because they be sitting in them urns too long. So this is how I make my little coffee. And I take this with me everywhere I go, even when I go on trips. Blessings, how are you? I don't know how to read your name because it's in another language, but thank you for being here with me. Just chilling. I haven't did this type of morning blog in a while. Last week was really cool, guys, just to let y'all know that I enjoyed my daughter being here because she's away in college. So all of us was together. Y'all got to see her last Wednesday in true form. If y'all know, that's little Miss Grace. Little live wires, very independent. I love her so much. Guys, again, these Wednesday broadcasts is about community. It's about family. I do believe that activism or whatever you call yourself doing, standing up for the people, making content on YouTube, it starts with family. And that's one of the things that I like was reintroduced to me when I was catching up on my documentaries of Asada Shakur, God rest her soul. And I was really listening to her teachings, and now I understood why a lot of people went to Cuba to learn how to be freedom fighters and listen to her. And one of the main things she said that stops revolutionary groups is not having a community, not genuinely having a connection with the people who you're serving and the people you're serving with. So, for instance, if you have you and someone serving on the same board and you don't know that they're going through so much and they're stressed out and you're not reading the room properly, not only do you have a weak link within your organization, your community, but you also have someone who's a liability, possibly going to, pop off or hurt themselves or something may go on that could have been avoided, especially when we're in the middle of what we're in, and that's war. Okay, if y'all don't understand what we're in, obviously y'all don't. Y'all think we just living here every day. Don't realize what type of situation we're in when it comes to our government, our finance, our family. This is literally a war. This is not a joke. You're fighting for the minds of our kids, our finances. We're fighting to own our property, to not be out priced in several markets. This is a war. This is how I look at it, and I'm not the one that takes it on as being stressful. I look at war as a time for you to strategize, a time for you to think, a time for you to understand your opponent. And it's so sad to say that right now the way things are looking is that our opponent is our own government. Shut up. Something not right. But while they're making their separate plans and we're not included, or maybe we're just basically being dismantle, we have to figure this out. Hold on, y'all. You're about to see me pour it. Yes, I'm old school. They like that. She didn't even have a tea urn. I did used to have a tea thing. I don't know what happened to it, guys. Yep. Shut up. Y'all miss Grace's kitchen. One cup would do me good. And the reason why I don't do a powder coffee, because y'all know that's unhealthy. I try to be preventative. So if you make a pot of coffee, you're always gonna keep coming in, drinking it, drinking it, drinking it. So I try to make enough for 2 cups so I can just kind of warm the other cup up and just have that for the day. Because if not, I have been that type, especially working overnight, running back to the coffee thing like, damn, oh my God, then my stomach be tore up. So there we go. Old school, y'all gonna see me. But again, back to what I was saying, this is literally a war. It's a psychological war. It's a financial war. It's a social justice war for many people. You know, finding themselves entrenched in what's going on with being wrapped up with ICE, you know, and suffering a lot of loss. Some people, like I said, that's why I talk about this ICE situation, not only because my uncle was an ICE agent, um, and I wonder how he'll be behaving, you know, because I grew up all around them. Y'all understand? I used to be at the cookouts with them, sitting there looking at them. And now I see them out there in action, acting like this. And it's really alarming. But again, back to what I'm saying, what we're doing here on Wednesdays is showing community. And what I've learned from Asada Shakur and a lot of us, she talked about community and us not acting in the realm of being a community, not a neighborhood, not living on a block together, but a community to say, hey, you good? Hey, I could take your kid to school. Hey, we could do this because we got to pull together so we can make it to the next level. Again, I have young adults in my house. Hold on a second. I got to get my other cup. This is for, I'm about to get off too because it's 10 o'clock. I got to cut the, look, that's my teaching cup. Shout out to my baby. They're not babies, young adults. They had got me that. Um, what I was about to say? Oh, what I was talking about? I was talking. I got distracted when I had to go get my coffee. Um, Again, young adults. We got them. I have them in my house. You know, and you know, myself being an 80s baby, I was able to get out the house when I was forced out the house at 17. But I was able to make it because they had more programs and the route that I chose was good. I continued to go to school and I was able to get some assistance and things like that. But even in these particular days, there's not even enough assistance for our kids to go out on that route, you know, which leaving a lot of the burden for us. We're becoming the sandwich generation that's forced to take care of our kids, grandkids, and parents, and sometimes grandparents. So that's a lot of pressure on us, guys. Us 80s babies. It's our time. 80s into the 90s. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's our time, and we feeling the pressure. But I think if we prepare, we strategize, and we take one step at a time, we will make it through this without owning nothing, without being broke, okay? Because that's what they want us to, without being stressed, okay? Making the right decisions, living on a budget, but prioritizing our spending because we control the market with our spending. Plain and simple. We can choose who live and who don't. But we don't understand our power because they keep having us distracted, fighting against each other, Dems, Republican, things like that. I see a lot of that under my comments. It just, it blows me. It blows me that I have people that still talk in those rooms of being a Democrat and Republican as though that's actually a representation of who you are. You know, we have to get past that and the nastiness that comes from it. Because some of the stuff that I hear, I'll be like, whoa, I, I can't imagine that this is a human being. But again, we're under psyops. That's what I truly believe. I think that they're psychologically trying to control every aspect of what we think, how we feel, what we like, what we don't like. And we're not going to be able to stop that unless we see it and we start going down another route. So again, on Wednesdays, what we do is community. That's what we do here. That's all I want to stress with you guys. Take the torch, do something for your community if it's not nothing. Do something for your household if it's not nothing. Before I was comfortable doing this, I started doing stuff for my household. I started getting my house together, my spiritual house together, not just me. I started to teach my kids about who they were, who who God was, what type of relationship he wanted, giving them that foundation so when they go out into the world, they're always applying it because we can't control everything that they're seeing. It starts at home. So now that I started that foundation and we're moving and grooving, both of them have incorporated God within their everyday being to for the most part, as far as the way sorry, the way you want some of that brown sugar. Yep. The way they look at things, the way they approach things, even highlighted that, my son was able to incorporate, the Bible, things that he's learned in the Bible into his brand and put it into a form of art that can be received from different nations. So I'm talking about that too because I have to remember I'm a Hebrew woman, and um, I found myself in a lot of controversy, and that's one of the things that God don't want us in. He don't want none of us in controversy. That's against God. Gossip, slandered, all that. Y'all be swearing y'all Christians. I'll be involved I'll be too. I'll be trying. But I'm saying these are some of the things that we have to fix. It starts eternally, and once we don't subscribe to those things, they can't give us psychologically no more. But we subscribe to those things. We subscribe to those things. We look at it, we indulge in it and everything. So I just wanted to have a little talk with y'all while I make my coffee. I'm about to start to get the sloppy joes together, guys. I need to get a new can opener. Maybe y'all donate to me to get a new can opener. I'll be getting them dollar store can openers. Now look, y'all, let me show y'all what I'm making as far as sloppy joes, but I'll be hooking it up. So, who my 80s babies and 90s babies? Manwich. You got a sandwich from Menwich? Yes. Okay. I use this as a base and I got some ground beef and I season it up myself. I help season it up. Sunny Grace, do you think you should include your higher power in everything you do, including your business? Yes. Actually, yes. Um, Higher power, everybody uses that word interchangeably, but we know when we're talking about God, the creator. And it's so funny you say that because that's what I actually been incorporated in my business. Just kind of following what my son is doing and what God says do in the Bible, making him the leader of my business. So when I talk about economic development, I do a pre-live and I talk about the biblical principles of prosperity and running a business. So I intertwine them. And one of the first steps is to be a manager. That's what I talk about. And they're like, what you mean be a manager? If you look at yourself like you're managing your business instead of looking at it like you own it, you the CEO, you this, you're going to step out of, how that big head get and be a manager. Because 9 out of 10, if somebody hire you to be a manager, you're going to do it correctly. So looking at it like it's the Most High, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, Yahweh, whatever y'all want to call him, and just know that there's a creator over us that's watching us, that our soul will have to stand up to. And I say that's my boss. So before I do anything in my business, and now I'm really incorporating that into the concept of my everyday, like posting and how I'm approach stuff and maybe what people are going through, I think about it from that aspect. So I do think it's important. It's not easy at first, but you'll find a way, you know. And your brand don't have to have crosses all over it and whatever symbolism, but your values and the way you approach your business and the relationships is going to have God written all over it. Even when I talk about doing due diligence and being firm and accountability, that's what I talk about. I'll be drilling that in my seminar because that's something that we fall short of. Accountability. We start seeing people we like, things that, look cool, nice, carnal, on surface level. But then we're not looking at these businesses, people, whoever we idolize and elected officials for them being accountable to what they said, what their true positions is. That's how we got Trump in there. There was a lot of lack of accountability, and that's why people just kept giving him excuses, even to now. And other elected officials, but you know Trump is the big dog right now, so we're gonna talk about him. But don't worry, I'm talking about everything, and even accountability with your family, with your kids, expecting that. So I have intertwined that in every aspect of my life, as well as this YouTube thing. We're knowing that that's why I'm very comfortable being a solo content creator at this point, because a lot of our content creators, they don't deal with accountability, and it's hard for us to build unions with each other, and that's how they keep us separate too. So on this platform, I look for accountability within content creators that I look at. You know, what are they doing? What are they saying? How consistent is it? Is they flip flopping? Where is it coming from? So yeah, those are some of the biblical principles. You make yourself, one, the manager, and God the boss. Two, accountability. And three, lastly, charity. Always give back. Always give back. First 10 to 15% goes to you, yes, into tied it into your business, into your family, into savings. That's what I talk about, economic development. And then you can give 5% or whatever you want to tithe outside of you. I mean, tithing is tithing, and it don't need to be in the church. You can tithe by giving love to someone, by giving support to someone, tithing into your community when you don't have the money. Like, I have another child, and I had tithed into her since she was 16, and she just came to me yesterday. I'm gonna just tell you about her before we get off. And I'm gonna read your comments, Sonny. She said to me, she popped up on me, and I was like, "Where you been? You were supposed to come back. You had some trouble. We were supposed to talk about it." And she was like, "You know, I don't like coming to see you unless I have something good to show you." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that is so beautiful," because that's how I used to be with my grandmother, and that's what kept me out of trouble, because I got kicked out of my mother's house at 17, and I could have been anything under the sun because people wasn't guiding me. But I knew that I had to be accountable to that lady, which was my grandmother, and she held herself in such esteem that I just had to respect the game. And every time I went to go to her, I'd be like, "Guess what I did, Grandma?" So this young lady looks at me the same way, and I love it. Shout out to my baby girl Layla. I did show a picture of her on my community page. She's my third daughter. And that's tithing. That was me tithing before I could do anything. I didn't have no money, things like that. At first, I thought I lost because, just to tell you, my baby girl, she had a baby at 16. And I was one of the adults that knew it, that she was going to do it. I tried to talk her out of it. I could not. She's like, "I'm going to have a baby." And I'm like, wait a minute. Now she had a baby, like, "Oh my God." And nobody want to help me. I said, "You remember that conversation we had in the kitchen? Well, I said, baby, that's going to be your baby. And don't think that people going to be coming here to help you and do all the I want to." But to today years old, I still tie into her mothership, friendship, love, direction. And that's what you could do. Do that for someone. A kid needs you. Someone needs you. I promise you. Because that's going to help set our world on a different path by one person at a time. So I had to share my other baby girl, Layla, because she just told me she's going to go to surgical tech school. She was like, "Guess what? I got accepted." I'm like, "Oh, snap." I said, "That's when you've been gone. You were supposed to come and see me so I can help you." She said, "I got it. I did it." I said, "Girl, I be worried about you." I sound like my grandma. I said, "Girl, you got me sounding like my grandma." But anyway, I got to start cooking. It's 9:30. I'm just going to get to your comment. All right, Sonny, you said, "I'm on my journey to find my higher power, and any suggestions on how or what?" Now, everyone comes from different ways of the earth. I don't know what you have as a resource, but I'm going to say first and foremost, go within and pray. You know, I'm not, I have to push it. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Yeshua, is the ultimate. I know a lot of religions that know about him, but I have learned about the spiritual essence of him. And once you're able to tap in to understanding what our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is here to do, and we are here to represent him and his mightiness and cleansing the world, that's going to be the first thing that's going to build you up in the solidarity of figuring out what's your higher source. Because guess what? We're not our own creators. That's where the new age thing lost me when I was going through my journey. I'm like, I ain't my own creator. Creator, you're the God. No, I didn't make the birds and the trees and things like that. I need to talk to the person who made that. I need to talk to the person who they geographically, scientifically prove that it may have been the flood as well as what happened in Egypt where they found them chariots under the water. I need to talk to that power right there. So the new age, for me, that's where it lost me because I'm like, no. We're not about to do that. And then the complications of having to do this, go there, get this, do this, hold on to um, stones and do, no. Once you get into that book, that Bible, and you start seeing that, expanding your mind and finding the other resources, he's going to guide you. I think you have to start within. Ask God, one, deliver me from everything that's a distraction. Remove me from everything that you don't want in my life. And you're going to see things move out of your life that you may not have been ready for them to move. But they move. You're going to lose relationships, lose jobs, different things going to change, everything be thrown up in the air. But then you move by faith. That's my suggestions. These are my suggestions because I'm living it. Move by faith. And as you're moving by faith, things are going to start to fall in place. And the things that was taken away from you to clear your path so you can see clear on your direction without other influences or distractions or while you're healing. Because I know you have healing too. Because we've been going through this, getting beat up, all with your direction. While you're healing, that separation and that time of a sort of like it's isolation. A lot of people tell me throughout their spiritual journey they go through an isolation. That isolation is going to make you or break you. And that's the time where you're going to have to build your relationship with the Most High. So that is the intro to that. I don't believe that it's a power within us innate without tapping in, because that's why we have witches, warlocks, and all these demon worshipers. They're tapping into witchcraft because they know it's an outside source. Okay? And it is. We did not create ourselves. So that's pretty much it, kind of right now. If you have anything else you want to ask me on a later date, you can. But that's part of my spiritual journey. That's how I'm finding myself and having that relationship with my Lord and Savior. Wake up like, baby. Sometimes a song will be in my head because it be so much strife for things that go on in the song. He'll tap in and give you something good, like our song came on, it was in my head. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. I'm like, why is this the first thing that's in my head? I'm like, all right, that's God. That gotta be God. People talk to you the way that you understand. You see what I'm saying? Certain songs come in and I'll be like, wow. Or certain thoughts. That first thought sometimes tell you what you tapped in with. If God is right there, or you have a demonic forces that's trying to guide you. If you wake up, and I'm telling you, I don't always wake up with God where it's gonna be all right. Sometimes I wake up like, I'm mad. And I'm thinking about everything that somebody did to me, or something that I did not say to somebody or wanted to say. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're not starting our day with this. There's no way I'm letting demonic forces tap in as soon as I wake up and let me walk down this route. No, we're not doing this. No. So I'm very mindful for what I wake up with, even if it's hard for me and I feel like it's hard for me to pray and open my mouth. He hears you in your silence. You put some praise, some worship on, some relaxing music. As far as Mozart is good too, it do a lot for the brain. Okay, things like that, and tap in. Start your day off right. So anyway, oh my God, I gotta get out of here. I got 2 hours to cook the sloppy joes. I'm getting caught up. I want to see y'all at 3:30. Y'all know what we do on Wednesdays. We vlog. Again, my name is Miss Grace. I'll be here tomorrow morning. I think we're gonna get into a little bit more of Trump possibly going to jail. He ain't never going to jail. If Hillary didn't go to jail, Trump ain't going to jail. But I got high hopes. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about it. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys at 3:30. Please look at our sponsors, because you'll find where I stream the economic development seminar. It's right there for you. You can go right there. You can find my primetime home buyer page, where I'm starting to incorporate these concepts of God into teaching. But again, I'm focused on teaching people how to enter the real estate market alternatively, building a portfolio, getting assets, and then getting them lending ready. Because a lot of us is not lending ready. So that's kind of like the objective of my economic development seminars, to focus on creating a great business plan that's going to make you lending ready. And the two topics of default that I find with our people, with people period, is not knowing how to analyze the market, and that's doing your due diligence, paying attention to everything and everybody, as well as understanding the financial environment outside of what you want, what you're spending. Those are the two things where we are faulty, where they did not teach us in high school, where we what didn't excel in. And that's why a lot of us are making the decisions we're making in society, and we're not getting the things done that we need. We're not going to be able to control our government if we don't got our stuff together. And that's some of the stuff I talk about in my economic development seminar. Once you boss up in your community and you're able to, one, build a community, build connections, have income, assets, you're coming at a whole nother level. What they call, lobbying, you could be lobbying for your own community. Does that make sense? So I ain't gonna keep going. Love you guys. Y'all have a great Wednesday, and I will see you guys at 3:30. 3:30.